Hello everybody and welcome back to a new mod showcase on the channel. Today we'll be looking at the Forts map mod, as well as the little submod which goes along with it. They basically need to go together. It all makes sense because you can fine tune your experience in the future. However, currently there is only one option submod wise for the original mod. You don't necessarily need a submod. It'll make sense when I actually show you if you're like a multiplayer player or if you're just wanting to do like some skirmish battles with the AI. However, if you actually want to incorporate this into the campaign, then you need the submod because that literally is what it does. Without further ado, what I'm going to do is just kind of give you an example of what it would look like stumbling across one of these anomalies in the campaign map. We'll have a look at some of the forts of the aesthetics and kind of get a feel for some of the maps, and then I think we'll end off in a little bit of a cheeky battle and see what we can do, see what we can come up with. So with that being said, let's get into it. Right, just to show you that this mod is definitely 100% working with the submod, I've just loaded up Crocguy's campaign because I've not long since streamed his campaign, knowing full well that one of his first battles is against a city, which was a pain in the ass. I'll be honest, it's one of the most difficult battles I've ever fought. I am a pleb of the game, but ridiculously difficult on turn 1 to be going up against a city. Absolute bane of my existence. However, with this mod, maybe things would have been different. A different timeline, maybe. An alternate universe in the Marvel cinematic setting. However, it was not to be. So here we are. Obviously, you can see here. You can still bring your siege towers as well as your battering rams. Nothing changes there. And this is, I think, a medium battle map. So they don't have too much diversity in the map. But again, I'll show you some of the maps and you'll understand a little bit more. Right now it just kind of looks like a bit of a weird circle on the map, but this definitely could work quite nicely. The only problem I've found is you don't really have use for defensive supplies anymore. So if you've got technology or anything like that to upgrade it for maps like this, don't bother. But with that being said, let's jump into a showcase of the maps and kind of give you a feel of some of the maps and what they look like. So let's get on over to that. Okay, so here we've got, to begin with, a small fort map. Now what I thought I'd do is, because there's 3 different tiers of forts, there's obviously your small, your medium and your large. So here we have a small Cathayan fort. Now what I actually thought was cool, because I've only tested out the large forts, and what I just said obviously about the defensive supplies not being usable is actually horseshit. Excuse my lie I just did. On small maps and potentially on medium maps as well, we'll dive into it together. You actually do have access to stuff like this. So let's just have a quick look at the map itself. So it's a quite nice hill. You kind of imagine it like a bit of like an outpost, I guess. Very, very fitting with the security in the middle here. Quite cool. Obviously attacking from all angles. We do have slopes up. They can obviously come from all directions. It's a small one, so it's the least defensible, but it still gives you a good idea what these maps can offer you, because each and every one gives you a nice defensive ability regardless. Don't get me wrong, again, you're not going to have a whole lot of protection here. They will just wade through the swampy grassland over here, but it's still nice obviously having that elevation and having that slope up. That was steep and slope together. Steep slope up, obviously, to your main force. So it is really good either way. But yeah, what you can actually do, I've just done it over here. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of show you. You can build barricades or platforms. Barricades or platforms. They're the same. So you can kind of like customize a little bit as to where the barricades go. You can't, sorry, as to the format of the actual fort. You can't, unfortunately, build towers or anything on this one. But you could, like, for example, do something like that and just create more choke points. So you put your, like, range units on these and then create a choke point here. You've not got enough to completely fill it. But as a small map, a small defensible position, you're probably not expecting to be able to just obviously fill it up, or at least, you know, make every area a choke point. So you're gonna have to really support the bolster over here, but then you could have less units over here, obviously holding this choke point, having some powerful range units here shooting down line, or maybe just not having anything, and having your artillery just absolutely blasting. You know, there's so much different potential possibilities here. And again, if you hate sieges like me and just think the AI is absolute ass, but then the little siege maps are also absolute ass because they're so just twisting and bind. Do you know what I mean? They just twist and twirl and go all over the place. And this could be a good mod for you. So this is a small one, just to kind of give you a bit of an idea of what we're looking at and what we'll be indulging in today. Let's have a look at a medium map now and see how it kind of compares to this one. So let's head on to that one. Right, and Bosch, here we are with this monstrosity. So this is a Skaven settlement. A cool thing to take into account with this is the mod creators put in absolute boatloads of work to really kind of bring these maps to life. So this is a Skaven settlement. Again, kind of the same kind of backing with a nice open field. You are on a slight slope. There's a slight, very slight slope. So you are still fighting them downhill, which obviously gives you the bonus. And then here, so this is what I was on about. So there isn't actually anywhere for me to build any additional walls or towers or anything like that. However, what is cool is the fact that here, for example, excuse the screaming from the dwarves here, they're on the towers, or on the wall, sorry, with their organ guns, which is insane. So with these maps, it allows you to, I mean, here again, with the maps, it allows you to put your artillery on the walls, which is so cool. Now you may think, okay, yeah, they're on the walls, nice one, but you're going to have stuff like this poking up. It doesn't matter, they'll shoot straight through it. I've tested it on a battle before, they just shoot straight through it, which is so nice as well, not having, because that's another thing which normal sieges have, is just obstructions everywhere. And I get it, obviously being maybe law friendly and you know, appealing for them to, you know, oh well, this massive stone pillar is going to block all your bullets. Yeah, nice one, sick, but I don't want it to. Like it makes it almost redundant sometimes to put units on walls, especially on like gatehouses, because some gatehouses have some really funky designs depending on what faction it is and what, you know, where it is. So for him just to be able to shoot straight through it and not give two shits is so nice. So there you go. This kind of gives you a feel of a medium map. They don't all look this janky. Obviously, this is more janky because it's Skaven. I don't think they're very well known for their engineering marvels. So let's have a look at one final map, a large map of a race, maybe a little bit more elegant in how they build their fortresses. So let's have a look at a large one. Alright, just before we go on to the last large map, I just thought it'd be pretty interesting to point out that depending on what map you have, it does kind of depend on what you can build. So for example, this is a large orc map, and you do have, I mean, absolutely boatloads. I started with 5,000 defense supplies and I'm all out. So you've got obviously like an outer circle here and then like an inner circle. So there's absolute boatloads here. I was just doing a little bit of testing. So yes, so certain maps do have deployables, obviously depending probably on how sophisticated the the race is. Obviously orcs having nice walls and stuff like that ain't really law friendly. However, mismatching and throwing some twigs together to make some barricades, probably a little bit closer to the truth. So with that, let's head on to the large fort map. I'm actually going to show you properly and a battle showcase. Alright, and here we go with a large settlement from the more sophisticated dwarves. Obviously, it's a little bit more formal, it's a little bit more well structured, and again, really nice. So again, we're up on a slope in the middle of a mountain range, which looks absolutely beautiful. We are, if you can't hear in the background, actually going to see about winning this one. We are massively outnumbered, but I want to see just how well we do obviously holding down the fort. So they are attacking from 3 different angles. The angle over here, they've just got cavalry, don't really matter, not going to be able to do much. I've got a kind of side force over here with a battering ram, and then on this left flank here, there's no gatehouse, however they are bringing all of their siege towers. So let's have a bit of a gander as to what we can kind of pull off here. Already, that tower's almost down. Let's have a look. So as you can see, there's no, again, nowhere unfortunately for barricades to get put into place. There's nowhere for towers either. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, you'll see the, well, I say you'll see. Hopefully you'll see the forts kind of hold out on their own. You don't necessarily need it. Definitely should have gone for that instead of taking down some forest goblins. Let's start attacking that. You can do quite a lot of damage by taking these out. So let's try and finish it off with the gyrocopters here. Armored orcs, some big ones. I mean, yeah, look at that balance of power. Again, we've got 5,000 supplies. It doesn't matter, unfortunately. Organ guns are blasting down. Again, it's so nice. And here's a good example where there's a bit of a lip here, right? And you'd think, oh god, they can't shoot. They can. It doesn't matter. This is just, see? Purely aesthetics, which is fantastic. What I'm going to do actually is just move him up onto the wall over here, just because they've got a wyvern, and I've got a feeling they're going to land on the wall with the wyvern. I don't know about them actually attacking over here. They've not moved yet. I think they're going to wait for a potential hole in the wall. Many stories have been had with holes in the walls, but we won't say anymore. We've got some slayers over here. We've got the flame cannons absolutely going off on one now. Who's this carrying this? The Crimson Killers. Nice. What just happened to him? Miscast. Okay. Funny. Sure. Can you start attacking that? Because I think the flame cannons probably finished it off. Okay, there's that one. Jesus Christ. There's that tower down, and just look at it. Look at the damage. 2 forest goblins got out of that. In there is just an abomination of just crumpled and defaced goblins. It feels bad. Jesus Christ, look, you can see what their health was. Love it. Uh-oh. This could actually be interesting, because flame cannons are actually going for them now. I don't know if I want... Oh my god. They're just gone. Oh my god, we're just gone. Oh my god, that is... Oh no! It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Bugger. He came to the wrong side. I very much thought he'd go after my cannons there, but he went after my... Sorry, my organ guns there, but he went after the other ones. Come on, we can take that down. Night goblins, not really a problem. Beautiful. Yeah. What was that? I think they had 100. We killed 40 models there. We'll take that. Is that where they just fell? Oh my god, they did. Look. Hold on. Look at them. Look at them all under there. That is 98 forest goblins. Bless them. Right, they are going to land on the walls here. Let's pull these cannons back. I don't think we've really got anything over here. Let's just put them here. Just to blast at down range whenever we can. That's going into a rampage. They're not going to get through the walls yet. So let's see about trying to pull these back and getting rid of the wyvern with our heroes. You come down here. How has he already lost so much health? I wonder what happened there. Okay. Keep on shooting them. That's what you want to be on. And then we're going to kind of block it up with our boys here. Longbeard's going to get up against a regiment of renown. I'm going to try and put these in the middle here, maybe. Can they go in the middle? No, they can move up over there. Good Rakers, looking good. Right, you need to move away from that. Come shoot the river trolls over here. The swamp things. Uh-oh, here comes the Crimson Killers. Not good. Not good at all. Right, keep on going, keep on going. Shouldn't be too bad. We should be alright all in all. Again, nothing's actually attacking from our flank, so we're good there. Oh my god, yeah. Ungrim has actually just slapped that feral wyvern. That should be him done, I'd like to think. Let's use him. let's go on a bit of a sally here. We're gonna get the Dragonback Slayers and just a normal Dragon Slayer to actually go on a sally out here. We'll get you to come and challenge the Crimson Killers up here. Take guard mode off just so we can keep on top of them. We need to be careful because we want to go out and kind of challenge this, but not. They're about to get hit by, I'm hoping, the blasting charges. Maybe? I don't want to click and just like dislodge them all. Oh! Yeah, there we go. See you later. This is SFO, by the way, so that's not just one volley. Another one. Oh god, we're just intermittently throwing more down. Here comes another one. Oh, you want to see it. Yeah, SFO, sorry, so they have like 4 volleys of that, which is really nice. And they are on the walls here. Not too much of a concern. There's actually a lot of them over here, isn't there? Let's pull these boys back because they're just getting pelted. Let's start shooting absolutely nothing. You can't reach them. Crimson Killers, for what it's worth, let's try. Did they break the gate already? Wow. Yes, they did. It instantly just blew up the gate. Never mind. Here's me going to sally out. I don't need to sally out. They're already here. Let's whack this down. Just try and get rid of these Crimson Killers because these are going to hurt. They already are hurting massively, actually. Night Goblins. Artillery's almost in position. Come back up here. We'll probably get back on this. Okay, you're out, so let's get down. We're not going to mount the walls here, so that's fine. We keep on getting pelted by something there, which isn't obviously great. That's about still in their favour currently, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Get rid of those Orc boys there. Nice. Okay, come down here. Oh my, sorry? 2 Night Goblins. It's not the same 2 from earlier, is it? I'm gonna say not. Let's just deal with them though. How can I? I'm gonna say that's not the same 2 Night Goblins from earlier, but it'd be hilarious if it was. Okay, the giants broke. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not check. Ungrim is absolutely getting slapped over here. I've not really got anything to actually help him with either. I'm hoping he'll break them. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, just. Holy crap. Crimson Killers are no joke. SFO especially. Enemy Lord is dead. Bear in mind down here is funny because the only thing down here is a hero and some Dragonback Slayers. So the Lord getting killed by that is pretty impressive, as is. Jesus Christ. Crimson Killers over here. Getting pretty much pushed out here. Let's move these up on the left flank here. Got some miners. Let's just go deal with the Night Goblin Archers. I'm hoping the miners can at least kind of deal with that. Move up some range. What else have we got? Got some boys left here. Let's just move them down, try and get a better angle. Immortal Black Orcs. Yeah, not a good target, I'll be honest. For I'm just going to chase these down as best I can with the flame cannon boys. How are we looking in the middle here? We're looking alright-ish. Let's just move you down here. Get the Longbeards on these Immortal boys. Okay, you're not really going where I wanted you to, so let's go down here instead. Okay, we are absolutely rattling those boys there, so that's good. Balance of power now slowly shifting over in our favour, which is glorious. We've got a lot of anti-large in the front lines here, which is working really well for us. So let's see if we've got, get down here, if we've got any like buffs we can maybe do. Alright, we're actually broken as well, beautiful. You go back on your cannons for whatever it's worth. It is just these Immortals really, which is going to be causing a little bit of an issue for us. All around, I wouldn't say there's really that much left for them to throw at us. The middle here is doing really well. Let's just give people whatever we can. He's still got Oh, 700 health, so if he stays at the back he might be alright. Just try and avoid friendly fire cannons, that's the main thing there. We actually got you stuck in melee there by accident, but it's alright. Miners are doing alright against these noblins. God, this stream, oh no. This video has just been me mixing words together by accident, shooting my own boys in the back there. That is a rookie mistake. Noblins are just night goblins. I do apologise. No, he's going to get killed. Let's not do that. That's stupid. That's stupid. Like, they are so weak, but so is him. A good volley from my own artillery will just wipe us out there. Okay, good. I'm going to say that's pretty much dealt with. We're going to just block the holes from Iron Drakes. Never mind, we're not going to block the hole of anything because there we go. That is it done. So kind of just to show you there how easy it is to kind of turn things around with these maps. So it's so nice. So there you go. There's a small map, a medium map, and a large map, all shown off with a little bit of a battle showcase at the end there, just to kind of give you an idea of what you can actually do with it. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do not forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to drop into any of my streams I do. I do 2 streams a week. One of which will actually be taking place later on tonight of the release of this video. So again, feel free to drop in. And with that being said, the mod will be in the description. Please do go check it out. Much love, much respect, and I'll see you later. Bye.